Kiwi artist doing great things at Weta Workshop. And she's an internationally renowned actress who shot to fame on Lost. Together, they've brought to life a new exhibition called The Gloaming, and they join me now from Wellington. It is, of course, Evangeline Lilly and Johnny Fraser Allen. Welcome to you both.
Hey, pal. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
First question has to be, what's the capital like at the moment? Is it going off? Has it got Hobbit fever?
Yeah, it's nuts. Yep, every shop window has little shires in it and everything. Yeah, it's going to be a great day on Wednesday.
Now, Johnny,
I just learned a little piece of Kiwi trivia. I didn't know Wellington was your capital.
We won't hold
really
it against you.
Doesn't it? Oh.
How have you enjoyed filming the movie, Evangeline? Has it been good?
It was fantastic. I think the highlight of it was being in Wellington. Wellington is such a beautiful city. Windy, obviously, but wonderful.
You played an elf, so are you missing your pointy ears?
Yeah, I actually saved a pair. I brought them home with me just so that on lonely nights when I'm feeling that loss, I could just stick them back on and prance around the house like an elf.
Well, Johnny, tell me about the Gloaming and the exhibition and how long it's taken you to come to this point now with Evangeline.
Right, well, the exhibition's on now at Shed 11 on the waterfront till the 6th of December, and it started off as sort of a side hobby project. I've been working in the film industry with Richard Taylor at Weta Workshop since I was a teenager, straight out of high school. And being around all those creative people, I just wanted to do my own stuff. And the more I started doing my own stuff, the more I had to and needed to do my own stuff. And I started working for 6 months and then using that money to fund the next 6 months of just working on the Gloaming. And then the last 2.5 years, I've had to do it solidly because I just want it out there. And it's got away on me, and it's become a huge thing. And there's wonderful people like Evangeline who have seen it and want to help with it. And it's not just Evangeline lending her voice to the audiobook. She's become quite a collaborator and a muse, and she's sending me back notes for the story, and I'm reading them and going, of course, that's a way better scene, and I'm getting to rewrite it at the moment before we record her dialogue on the 4th of December. And it's just making the book so much more wonderful. You
should show him the picture of my character.
Right, yeah, I brought you a print, and then I realised, oh yeah, live feed, right? But I'll get it sent to you. But...
That's me.
I can't see any likeness. No, nothing at all. You'll be pleased to know. How did he twist your arm, Evangeline, to be involved with this? What was the deal?
Oh, I was sort of just secretly waiting. I knew Johnny for about 6 months before he asked me to do the voice of Wozel, and I was just watching his project develop and being a little bit envious that his project was so much better than mine, because we're actually working on another book of mine together. And then finally one day he said, would you ever consider doing a voice in my book? And I jumped at the opportunity because I really believe in the Gloaming, and I think that it is the next, and I hate to do this because it seems so gimmicky at this point in time, but I really think it's sort of the next Hobbit story for children. I think that it is, it's fantastical and magical, and there's a lot of lore, and I love that kind of storytelling.
Well, I understand. Tell me about the Squicker Wonkers.
Hey, you know what, the Squicker Wonkers, that's the other book that we are working on together. It's a book that I wrote, well, a children's poem that I wrote when I was 14. And I've come back to as an adult, and I've been rewriting it and making it better. And actually, looking at making it into a 2-part series. And Johnny will be illustrating it with me.
Yeah,
and
it's a lot of fun. It's an awesome world to explore, and very different. Every illustration on the Gloaming is done with sculpture and then photographed in the beautiful scenery of New Zealand, and then tinkered with Photoshop. And Squickerwonkers, we're doing something much more simple, but it's going to look as visual and sumptuous and creative, and it's going to create a whole world. But we're doing it with watercolor, big, bold, bright colours and wonderful scenes. And Evangeline, over the next couple of days, we're going to be today even we start storyboarding and art directing it, so working one-on-one with the author and the illustrator together, which isn't always the way with kids' books. Sometimes the publishers just say, right, this is going to be your illustrator, we'll see what they do. And so this is the best way to do it, and the funnest way to do it.
That's what we love about it, is that we're completely in control of the creative process. And then we're going to be selling the book digitally from my website, which will be launching in January, evangelinelilly.com. And that way, there's no big money men who are going to come in and say, no, 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 you can't do it that way. You have to do it in the way that we want you to do it. And we can do it our way, the whole way.
I was going to... You on all the Tintins, the Kong, Lord of the Rings, and now the latest, The Hobbit. Is this nice for you to actually have creative control over the Gloaming and nobody else is putting in their input?
Well, that's exactly what... Peter Jackson is amazing, Spielberg on Tintin, you know, generous directors and you know, a 50-hour work week, and I just... It was not really so much about, oh, I've got to do my own thing, but it's being surrounded by Richard Taylor and the sculptors at Weta Workshop, you know, the Max Pade's, the Jamie Biswaricks. I go home and I can't sleep. It does my head in. I want to. There's all these things in my head, and I need to exercise the demon and get them out. Greg Broadmoor's got an exhibition on at the moment on Cuba Street for Dr. Grogborts. He's like me. He's created an entire universe. And that's very much worth seeing. And this comes from Richard and Tanya's patronage. You know, they've been kind of like the Magwitch in My Great Expectations, my Dickensian benefactors. You know, I was this stray, lost little nut job out of school, and I don't know why they gave me as much time and resources as they did. But this book was really just to show them that their appreciation was warranted, and it's been so nice to share it with them, and they've been so supportive, you know, as Evangeline has, and it was all to establish myself as an independent illustrator, and now I'm working with Evangeline before the book's even out, which we're launching both our books together at Comic-Con next year. Squickwonkas and the Gloaming are going to share a table, and so it's just a nice journey, you know, to link them together, and yeah.
Great stuff. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure to talk to both of you. Enjoy the Wellington bars. Enjoy the premiere. I wish I was there.
It's going to be a great week.
Thank you. We will.
Yeah.
Thank you. You can catch the Gloaming at the New Zealand Portrait Gallery until December the 6th. For more